Hello?
Hi, good
One sec.
morning.
Turn up the sound of my computer.
Sure.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Cold morning here. You all
Right.
good? Yeah.
Actually, your camera is not on.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
All right. So how are you?
Good. I'm doing good, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm good. All right. So today we have 5 candidates,
Okay.
right? And from that, one of the candidates, Zian, he is not able to join us. So I have one more resume for you. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly share that on the chat box.
Okay.
And you can go through with that resume and you can let me know if you want to interview her also. She's also available. She's also for senior tax accountant.
Okay.
So instead of Zian, I have got a resume of Niyati and I have shared with you.
And you shared it there. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So how long do we have for each interview?
That's totally up to you. How much time do you want to take? Whether
So what we've got,
yes,
and we've got 2 hours scheduled, and
right,
we've got 5 candidates. So
right.
that's
You can give
what's that?
15 to 20 minutes
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
each, right?
Okay.
In which you can just have a history about the candidate, that what are the software they have worked on it, what are the scenarios they have already worked on the clients, and what type of clients they have already worked on it. So
Right.
yes, I have received one of your email, but I'm not pretty sure what doubt you have on that email. So can you just explain
Yes.
me? Yes.
Yes, it's actually quite important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just opening the IT's email resume as well.
Okay.
So this is my first time outsourcing tax prep and tax review work
Mm-hmm.
to outside. Now I know, the IRS rule is that you have to keep confidentiality of client records.
Right.
And the way you do that is basically the people that work for you, that work for your company,
Mm-hmm.
they, your employees, they're automatically given that, they're part of you. So they get to see the information.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. But I
So,
think when you're
uh-huh.
hiring a subcontractor from
Mm-hmm.
another company, I
Mm-hmm.
think that is a problem as far as information sharing is concerned.
Okay, so about the details, and I'll just give you an example and explain you that if some of the candidate is getting selected for your firm, okay, so he would be working on a particular one system. He would be assigned a new system to it. Okay, only he would be dealing with you, nobody else would be there. Would be a dedicated account manager who would be getting in touch with you
Right,
related to the feedback of that candidate,
right,
but related to your client details, nobody would be interacting with you. Even I won't be able to have an information. Only that particular candidate would be having that, because he would be interacting with your firm. Now about the data, okay, about the details about your client details and your data. So how are you planning? So we do have a facility where every day the candidate can remotely access a system and he can every
hmm
day log in into it, and once he is done with his work, he can just simply remotely log off. Okay, so in that, there is no way that in that particular system there would be any client details. Now about the things where about the client name, client contact details. So on the floor, we don't allow pen or paper. In our firm, everything has been, their bags, their every particular, their belongings are put into a locker, to
Okay.
a dedicated locker, and we have a different floors for each of the team members. Okay, we are
hmm
particular, for an example, on 9th floor we have our admin team working on it. On 10th we have a different team working on it. So for an example, if 9th floor is for an admin department and for the HR department, on that department, everybody have an access and they can go around. But for an example, if in case for 11th floor people, if they want to go on 10th floor, they don't have a permission, because we have a card
Right,
system.
right, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have to punch in. So each and every candidate who is allocated to a dedicated floor, they are only allowed on that floor. Plus, they don't have any mobile phones and paperless. There is no
Okay.
paper or pen allowed into our floors.
Okay. I mean, you're doing this for a number of clients, I assume, right?
Yes, that's right. Right.
Do they pay the person directly as an employee? Do you know of any legal work that they do, or
No. So
contract?
so we would be salarating them. We would be providing them the
Right.
salary, and you would be getting bills from our end on a weekly basis. Okay. They would be working for you, but for on paper, they would be an employee of Integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they would be assigned to you. So
Okay.
every day they would be coming into our place, they would be using our system, they would be logging into it, but they would be working for you for 8 hours. They would be giving it their time to you.
So maybe you can just do some research for me, but for existing clients who do this already, maybe they sign something with the end client. Do you know if they do in the engagement with the end client to disclose that you guys are doing the tax returns, or do you know anything about that?
With
How they handle that?
no, actually what happened, they don't share the information to their particular client that the work
Mm-hmm.
has been done by the offshore staff.
Okay.
So that is completely depending on the client, whether they want to disclose that to the particular client, that from where the work is being done.
Right.
Okay, so we don't get that information, and even we don't ask that thing, because that's totally your call, that whether you want to tell to your clients that your
Okay.
work has been done by the offshore staff. Because see, some of the client would be able to understand might
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in a positive way,
Yeah.
but some
Yeah.
of your client won't be taking. You would know the whole procedure because you have gone through with our websites, you have gone through
Got
with the
it.
videos, so you know the
Got
whole
it.
procedure. But
Okay.
some of the clients, your client won't be. So this is not our call. We don't discuss, or we don't request our clients to share these details to their clients.
But you will sign, Integrity and me, we sign an NDA, right? To say
Right.
that we won't
That's
share information. You won't
right.
share the information. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I
and
need to think
even we,
about that.
right, and even we do a big while hiring the candidates, we have a technical round. We have a different round from which we have a technical round also for the candidates, and plus we have a background check for each
Okay.
of the candidate whom we hire. So this
Okay.
all things has been done, and then and only they are getting forward into our firm. Then they are gone through some trainings, and after that their resumes has been shared to the clients.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And I think let's include Niyati as well. I'll interview her. Won't
All
take too long.
right. Okay. So do you have any sequence with whom do you want to start?
No, not at all.
Okay. So what I'll do on the chat box, I'll just quickly paste the name of the sequence so that it would be easy for you also to know who is going to be next.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. One candidate named Priya, she's going to join us on Zoom, as on the same we have a on the same state we have in two different city we have two offices, so she is located into a different city, so she would be
Okay.
joining from there.
Now I see that you are recording this call.
Right.
Would you be able to send me the recording afterwards?
Sure, I can. So it would be like an link. We have an internal YouTube, so I'll convert this into a YouTube link and I'll share you that YouTube link. I hope that's fine for you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. So just give me a minute. I'll just quickly inform Tamanna to take over the call.
Okay, and before, just one other thing. It would be
Sure.
useful if you shared the person's resume. They shared the resume with me on the screen when I was interviewing them.
Sure. So you want
Well,
me,
actually, don't worry. Sorry, go ahead.
you want me to share for all the 5 candidates?
Yeah.
You want me to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll just quickly download all the resumes and I'll share you.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I mean, just when I'm
Yes.
It's just useful to have their resume, you know, when I'm interviewing them, just to refer to it.
Right. Sure. Just give me a minute. I'll just quickly do that.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, Simi, sorry about that. Okay.
No worries. I'm just sharing you the resume on the chat box.
I actually have the resume, so hold on, let me just dig them up real quick. Who we got first?
You want me to send? I have.
Yeah, send it to me. Just email it straight away.
Email I have shared on the chat box.
Okay. Click to download that. We'll get going, right? Eventually.
Yep.
So who do we have first?
as mentioned on the chat, first would be Tamanna.
Oh, okay, you're doing it in order.
Yes, I have shared you the order. So what we will do, we'll conduct one by one for each of the candidate. Once all are done, we'll discuss about the feedback.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So just give me a minute. Let me know once you're ready.
Just downloading these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's
the fifth
the other
one on the near. That's
Can you just reattach it again? I can't see it.
Done.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Just give me a minute. I'll just quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Tamanna, right?
Yeah, Tamanna. Good morning.
Good morning, Tamanna. I pronounce it. Good morning. My name is Greg. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, thanks. I'm good. I'm going to give you my total attention, so I need to close everything else down, okay?
Okay.
Then we can get started. Just do that here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
So are you actually in the office?
Sorry?
Are you in the office today?
Yeah. For the sake of interview.
Oh, okay. Okay. There. All right, Tamanna. So have you done any remote tax review work before? Prep and review?
Yeah. In my last tax season, I'm working as a reviewer. And I used to review the tax return in my last CPA firm where I used to work. So the process I used to follow that from the output, I used to match the prior year return and current year return. My review first step is that. So is there from output only, I catch, is there any data input entry by the preparer? You know, sometimes it might be happen that last year it was 10K and now it was just an $8K. So that was huge difference. So I used to find if there was punching error or the client, have not sent any document with respect to it.
Yeah. Okay. Was that with us? Was it US taxes you were doing?
Yeah. Since last 4.5 years, 3.5 years, I'm working in this CPA firm for the US purpose only.
Okay. And so tell me more. Tell me what kind of returns you were doing. So after you reviewed the prior return, tell me what your procedure was going forward.
Okay, my procedure, I used to review the 1040 most probably return and few of the business return. So in 1040, as I have said that I used to go from output, then input. First step to compare the prior year data with the current year and see which were the expenses which were there in prior year, but not in the current year. So there was a punching error by the preparer or the document is not sent or anything else. Then the second stage, from few of the amounts which were carried out from the prior year and which is not there in the current year. So why it was not carried over properly? Some of the income and some of the tax deductible expenses. And then I jump into input and just look over there. So these are the processes I used to follow.
Okay. Did you deal with complicated situations like sale of residence? And tell me about some of the complicated situations you came across.
Whenever I used to try to contact the IRS and the call is not received by them. So these are only the complicated situations.
Okay. But in the tax returns themselves, what did you have to look at brokerage statements? Did you have to do, tell me about the complicated tax returns that you handled.
Still now, I have not faced much complicated state, but yes, in the prior year, few of this state return I have not, frankly speaking, I have not written much state return review. So I have just prepared the state return and not have the experience of reviewing the state tax return. I have just reviewed few of them. So one of the state return like California. So in that I'm not getting few of the amounts. So yes, the last CPA from where I'm working, there was one superior. So he guided me on that, and I got the answer that how I used to work on that. So that is only the
Okay,
complicated one.
Yeah, all right. I wasn't actually referring to state returns. I'm talking about, let's say, 1040 returns. So I'm looking at, did you have to handle complicated matters such as, investments, capital gains, sale of capital,
Okay, you
sale of a
are
residence.
talking about the Schedule D, right? Or 497.
Yeah, Schedule D or even Schedule C. Did you do any Schedule Cs?
Sometimes it might be happen that in the Schedule C there was not an invoice proper document, and it was just an handwritten document by the tax preparer. So in that I'm not catch the sum of the expenses. So I used to thought that it was a punching error by the preparer, or it was actually not a visible amount by them. So I used to contact with them again and again, and sometimes I didn't get the document on the spot. So for that return only I have to wait till 2-3 days just to mention or just to be sure that the amount was proper. So these are the silly complicated, not much. And regarding the Schedule D, as you have already shared that sometime it might be already mentioned on the upper side that reported to IRS or non-reported to IRS. So these are the things.
Okay. Just looking at your resume here on the other screen.
Yeah.
Did you handle any partnership returns? I don't see any 1065s. Oh, there. You did some partnerships?
Yeah, I did it. I have did the partnership, and I have also worked on the foreign tax return.
So this role particularly is going to be a combination of prep and review.
Yeah, because in my last tax season and before that in an extension season, I have the experience as being a reviewer.
Okay, but you're okay doing both, right?
Yeah.
Preparation and review.
Yeah, sometimes it might be happen that where the CPA last CPM I'm working on, so they have a lot of stuff, and they used to say to me that can you please help me. So I used to also prepare the return, and I also go for the self review for that purpose only.
Okay, so the way the practice works is you'll prepare the return.
Yeah.
You'll prepare the return and review.
Yeah,
I might review it if it's a complicated
but
return
only
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have somebody who is facing the client, right? So a client-facing person. She's not super technically proficient, but she has a good working knowledge of taxes and accounting. So what would happen is you would prepare a return, you would create a video, probably just over Zoom. You'll record a video, say, hey, this is tomorrow's return. This was her income, this, So then you'd send that to this lady. She would kind of learn the return, and she would present it to the client. Okay, so you have to be proficient in, talking about the return, going through the items, teaching someone or explaining how you did the return.
Okay.
Do you have any experience doing that?
Yeah. I have experience of directly communicating with the client as well, and through emails and through Skype. Sometimes we also used to go with the video calls with the help of Skype. And I used to share the screen and directly say to the respective client that these are the plays and these are the things which are actually missing. So, you know, sometime it might be happen so that they get a clear idea regarding that. So yes, I have an experience of communicating with them, explaining with them.
Okay. No problems on the communication side
No,
with the English or anything like that?
no.
Okay. Have you ever used Drake?
Yeah.
Drake?
I
You
have
Okay.
experience on Track, Lasat, Ultradex, and Proceedus.
Yeah, I see that. And Crosslink. What is Crosslink?
It is also a desktop software, Crosslink.
Okay. And just tell me a little bit about your education and your kind of text, your theoretical text knowledge.
Yeah. I have completed my master degree with in finance. Then I started for the CPA, appear for the CPA, and I'm pursuing in an intermediate level. Sorry, not CPA, CA. As you said, the CPA there, we used to say CA here.
Mm-hmm.
The same qualification degree. So I'm now pursuing that intermediate level, means the second level of the CA.
Of the CPA?
No, CA, Chartered Accountant of India.
Oh, okay. CA. Okay. All right. And as far as your US tax knowledge, how up to date are you on that?
Yes, as the tax law get changed every year, so I used to go on the IRS website and keep myself updated regarding the changes in the law, changes in the limits, changes of applying any new deduction and such like that.
Okay, so you feel like you're prepared for this coming tax season?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I have a question. Means, how many team members you have? Means,
just one right now, just one team member, and then myself. And so I'm looking for a reviewer and a preparer. I've just purchased a new practice, and so I'm looking to kind of staff that up and help me with that. It's going to be about 100 to 150 returns that you'd be responsible for.
Okay. Means if I'm being selected, then what was the expectation from me as being a preparer or as being a reviewer? Because you want both, that's the reason.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of both. So the other staff member who works for me, he'd be able to prepare some of the more basic returns.
Okay.
And I'd want you to review that. Okay. And then when it's, and maybe you can just help on the workload as well, do some prepare. And then on the more complicated ones, I definitely want you maybe preparing them, and then I would review them, or we could review them together.
Okay, so in my last CPA firm, I used to go do the same, means the return which I have prepared, not review, but which I have prepared. I used to mark the points which I'm not getting exactly or which I'm not sure about that. I used to mark it as an open point. And we usually have sometime daily calls or sometime weekly calls. And we used to discuss that point on calls itself to, get out solution for that error only. So I used to clear the critical diagnostic as much as I can, but if I'm not, then I will mark it as an open point for the person who is going to review after me.
And that would be who normally?
Yeah, normally me or someone superior that in this CPA firm who is working over there.
Okay. How many times would that have to happen?
Sorry?
How many times would it have to go to the superior CPA at the firm?
It was not much time.
Common or?
No, it was not much time. Very few times only, because my first habit is to go on the Google, search on the IRS website, then take in help who are superior already here. I used to take the help of them, and if still I'm not getting, then only I used to take help of them.
When you say the superior who are here, what do you mean by that? People who are working with you?
Yeah, working over here in the integrity. They are my superiors, my managers, and senior levels.
Right. But you know that you have to keep the information confidential, right?
No.
The data.
Yeah, yes, I know. That was never been happened before.
Yeah, okay. All right, Tamana. I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good to meet you.
Good.
We'll be in touch. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how are you? Cigar, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm Saga. Okay,
Hey,
so
pleased to meet you. My name is Greg.
hello, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, good morning.
So tell me a bit about you, Cigar. Tell me a bit about your tax review and prep experience.
Yeah, so I'm working with an integrity as an tax accountant in the since 3.5 years. Like I have started my journey as a basic book accountant. Like as my exposure I got, so I have started doing an preparing a tax return. So my manager won't understand my everything, and he like giving me exposure to like doing a permanently tax accountant. So like currently I'm preparing 1040, 1120, 1065, 1120. Yes, so like I'm working as a, and mostly I'm working within drag. So in drag I'm preparing 1040. Like there are different form I'm putting in that.
Sorry, you're working primarily in what? I didn't hear what you said.
Drag.
Rec.
Yeah, drag.
What's that?
Drag software, tax software, drag.
Oh, tax software.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Drake. Okay.
Yeah, drag.
Got okay, got it. Understood.
Sorry.
All right. No problem. Just looking at your resume here.
Yeah.
So you got 3.5 years experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Federal, state returns. Can you tell me a situation where you've had to deal with some complicated issues, how you've dealt with those?
So firstly, I'm like, if I'm in like, if there is a new and I'm not sure what about to firstly I want to do. So firstly, I'm go with the Google search. I'm doing a proper research of the particular concept from how it's derived and everything. Still, I'm not understand. Then I'm take a help of a senior person who is like properly understood all the tech, all the concepts of the text. If still he's not sure like what should I do, then I'll go with the client. So I'm ask what should I do, can you help me with the that, and I'm like communication way. Then I'm putting like an open points. Then I'm like daily if I learn something new, then I have a notes like that. I'm like writing that this is I today I learned this. So like I'm whenever I'm walk up, then like I read that. So yeah, I have learned that, I learned this. That's like that why that's way.
Have you had any direct client communication?
Yeah, like I'm like through like Microsoft Office Teams, through that.
Like face to face over the camera or email or?
Yeah, I'm doing everywhere like through messages, emails, face to face.
Tell me about some complicated issues that you've experienced in a return.
Yeah, so like let me tell you, in about to 2020 peak season of the tax, so client provided me like there are so many forms, 2441, 8979, schedule E, then 1116 forms are there. Like and client is also multi-state taxation. Like he stayed in Florida for a few days, and then he moved to
Okay.
Arizona. There are multiple partly taxation, so I have to prepare the proper work paper for that. In the schedule, see, I have to calculate them in a like he stayed for like 90 days here, then he moved to the Arizona. So I have to properly calculation I have to provide to client, so client can properly understand my clarity of the like expense, and so he can look into in if we go in the state, then he can check their income and expenses, so easy for him to review them. And also I'm providing them the reconciliation report, like net income as per book, like the client provided us data like that. This is for the year the meals expenses for these years, and after I'm also putting in the tax. So like I have to match them in the as per tax software and as per our book. So I have to match them and do a reconciliation. So you got the proper idea. So whole scenario what I entered.
Okay. And how much experience have you had on partnerships and 1120s?
For the partnership and like I have about 2 years.
And 1120?
1120 like same.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
So I have a question like which software you use for tax? Like,
We're going to use Drake as well.
yeah, that's good.
Okay. Why is it good?
Yeah.
Why is
Thank.
that good?
I'm totally familiar with the Drake, so like I have no I have to don't waste any time for learning anything new. Like I will update new way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You have any question?
I appreciate it. No, I was just reading your resume. I think I got a good understanding of your skills. So appreciate it. Good to meet you.
You do.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Simi,
just a minute, I'm calling her.
can you just call it? Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I just need to take a 5-minute break, okay? And
Sure.
I'll just let you know when I come back, and then we can keep going.
Sure.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Simi. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. All right.
Next.
Next is Sagar.
Kuntal.
Kuntal, sorry, Kuntal. I'll just quickly inform him to take over the call. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Kuntal. Good. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Doing well right now. Hope you had a great breakfast in the early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little early, but it's all good. Kuntal, why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself, particularly some of your tax experience?
Yeah. Actually, coming from my education background, I am a Masters of Accounts. Completed my Masters of Account, and currently I am pursuing for the Cost Management Accounting Finance. Recently appeared in the finance exam and waiting for the results. And now coming to my experience background, I have experience 2015 and current started working in this industry have been since 2015. So right now you can say 5 to 6 years experience, and basically I have started with the basic bookkeeper, then went in got exposure in the taxes. One of my seniors gave me a chance to put into the taxes effort, so I started to prepare the tax returns. Then initially I have started in taxes 1040s, then went into the corporates, and also I have experience in 990 and 1041, like trust and real
Gift and
estate.
estates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all my background for experience and taxes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about some of the complicated issues that you've had to solve in the various years that you've worked in specifically in tax.
Yeah. In a particular one tax season, I have almost 400 to 500 tax returns. But coming on my like difficult part, that I had faced one of the clients' tax returns like non-resident taxes. If one person has less than 182 days or stayed in USA, then moving part onto the other country, then it was my difficult portion for me. And also coming to the part year tax return, that was also for the difficult, because you can say if person is moving from one state to other state, it is difficult to allocate the income and expenses whatever he is getting.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if he's staying on 6 months in CA California, or 6 months in then moving to the New York, then for particular 6 months the income should be exactly for California state, not one of the income should consider in New York state as well. So this was my first difficult part. Then non-resident also I got the difficulties, but it was good for me and learn, and now I have good catch.
Okay. How about on the 1120 corporate or partnership side? Any complexities you've dealt with there?
Yeah, in M2, right? Because anyone knows that income and expenditure are easier, and then you have to tally out the M1 and M1. First of all, M1, because that should be the tally with the net profits of the book. It is the most easiest part, most difficult part. But coming to the M2 part, M2 is a little bit difficult, tie out to the retained earnings with liabilities. So it was my difficult portion, but my senior taught me how to got, and now I am very easy for this.
Okay. How about communication directly with clients?
Yeah.
And the client is the person you're doing the return for, not for the CPA firm. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay. From the clients, first of all, if any particular application we have, that we should communicate directly to them. If getting an issue, then provide like work papers. If I am getting the difficulties in the Schedule C or Schedule E or in 1065 or 1120s, I will mark out with the Excel sheets or WordPad and write down this note and tell to the client. If this communication will get to the answer from the clients, I will tally out with the text written and try to solve that problem. This is how I usually do the, and Teams I can do, in the Teams we can do, or otherwise text. Now we had the applications what we can do for the communication. This is
So it's
how.
mostly email communication?
Yeah, email, we can also do this, emails.
Okay.
We can attach the spreadsheets like to the emails and send to the clients.
How about your tax knowledge? Is it up to date for the 2022?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
have you been doing?
Right now in child tax credit, it is getting the updated. Then now RRC, recovery rebate credit, which was the last year was 1200, 600. Now in the third wave it is 1400. So I have little bit updated with the amendments what we had last one with the previous year, and now comparing to the this year. So
Okay.
it is good for us.
Okay. What questions do you have for me?
Usually which clients, if I have been selected, which clients you are working on? Because I am working on I have worked on restaurants clients and also onto the real estate as well. So which clients you are using for if I have been given an opportunity?
This position, I've just purchased a new practice in Arizona. I'm in Atlanta. So this is a new practice for me.
Okay.
Most of it is 1040 individuals. There's no 1041. I don't think there's any 990s. Maybe there's a few non-profits.
Okay.
And the 1120s or 1120Ss, and they're going to be, simple service businesses like restaurants. Nothing complicated. I think there's a law firm is one of the clients. So.
Okay. Yeah, but it is a startup, that's why it is, but it will get more exposure if the client will be satisfied with our services.
Yeah, of course.
That will be the good for us and our business.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a PTIN, a personal tax ID number, or not?
No, I don't have.
No. Okay, just curious. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but we can do for the further in the future reference if we'll given a chance.
Okay. I'm just reading your resume in front of me. Okay?
Sure.
So you have you've got wide experience with different software.
Yeah. I have most probably I have most used Drek. Then also used in Lasat, CCH Access, ProConnect, and Ultratext. So these 5, and for the 1099 miscellaneous, and you know that from 17th it is the season for till 31st to issue the 1099 miscellaneous and NAC W2s.
Sorry, say that again. What did you say?
1099 miscellaneous and NEC, that it is the W2 issue. So till 31st it is the from 15th to 31st it is the season to issue the 1099 miscellaneous. So for this I have also used the software like I have mentioned in resume, Tax Adams. I have also used this software, so I have knowledge of this as well.
What's that called? Tax items.
Tax Adams.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kuntal. I appreciate it so much.
We'll be very thankful
Good
thankful if I have been selected.
Of course. All right. Thanks very much. Have a great day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Hello. Hey, good morning.
It's Priya, right?
Hello.
Priya? Hello, can you hear me?
No, I'm Niyati.
Oh, okay.
How are
Sorry,
you doing?
in a different order. I'm doing good. Just 1 second. Let me just bring up your, I had the wrong resume up. Okay, 1 sec. There we go. Okay. Let me just read your resume real quick. Well, what more about yourself, Niyati?
Yes, sorry.
Tell me more about yourself, specifically your experience.
Okay, so basically I have worked on tax and account in both. I love just doing the tax more before than accounting. So I have worked on total 2 software, Drag, Pro Series and Lasat, but I have not much experience in Lasat. I have only worked 6 months around in Lasat. I basically worked on 1120, 1040 as yeah, and sometimes, hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so basically I
Hello.
worked on 1120 and 1040, but yeah, I have more experience in a 1120 rather than 1040. So I know that how to reconcile M1 and sometimes M2. I am getting difficulty while reconciliation of M2, but yeah, I can reconcile M1 better than M2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, I
Tell me
have
about
worked.
some of the.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I have worked on account as well. I have worked total 3 software in accounting: QBD, QBO, and Zero. Uh, on those software, I generally follow the client process. I mean, if they require to upload Excel sheet through the software, if they require to do the directly, if they require to categorize account on basis of bank feed, so I do the same. So after that I complete the reconciliation and send a client to the reconciliation report on basis of the monthly accounting, as well as send the profit and loss and balance sheet every month to client, so they know that how much fluctuation has been made during the month.
Okay.
Also, I have worked on payroll software, Intuit, where I can export and import the payroll. Also did some payroll general entries as well, sales reports, invoices on basis of the ACH, AR. I mean, how to Zale payments. I just complete those invoice. I mean, I just paid those invoice on basis of the receipt which I got from the client.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to the tax side of things. So you've done mostly tax prep, right? Have you done any review work?
No, I didn't do. Yeah, I review my own work, but I never worked on the reviewer profile.
Okay. How much experience would you say you have in years?
Yeah, 3 years.
For
3
just
years.
for tech, about 3 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
3 years.
And I see from your resume you've dealt with high net worth clients and businesses like hotels, restaurants, doctors, IT, real estate.
Yeah.
Can you give me a few examples of when you came up against some complicated issues, what those issues were, and how you resolved them?
Okay, so on basis of the PNL, I mean, I worked on those companies taxation. So basically I got difficulties on basis of sales, I mean income portion, because sometimes the income portion which we have, I mean, it depends on the client that which process they are using while doing the accounting, if accrual basis or cash basis. So sometimes that happens that we got in PNL we got the sales around 1,000, and sometimes when we go through the accounting software